what did you make of last night's debate?
Last night was a huge win for our team. I will tell you, the vibes are high at Trump headquarters here in West Palm Beach this morning. Senator Vance accomplished the mission and exceeded everyone's expectations. He outlined he and President Trump's positive vision to make this country wealthy, safe, and strong again, while effectively prosecuting the case against Kamala Harris and her failed policies over the past 4 years. Senator Vance highlighted his background growing up in a working-class family in the heartland of this country, paying his way through Yale Law School, serving in the United States Marine Corps, and then becoming a United States Senator. He has truly lived the American dream and can relate to the struggles that working class families like his are facing every single day. And that reality of his life, his personality, who he is as a person really shined through on the debate stage last night. He unequivocally won last night's debate, and he proved why he is ready for prime time, why he and President Trump make the most dynamic presidential ticket in American history, and why Governor Walz and Kamala Harris are not ready to be the leaders of this country.
Yeah, it's widely opined that Senator Vance was very well prepared for this debate, and all of his answers, again, addressing the moderators, addressing his opponent in this moment. But again, watching the responses, obviously one of the big ones, former President Donald Trump, watching his response, he took to Truth Social to air his grievances about the moderators. And in the Post, he wrote this, quote, "Both young ladies have been extremely biased anchors." Did you come away with that when you were watching this debate? And if so, what moments stood out to you?
Well, when they fact-checked Senator Vance and shut off his mic, I thought that was pretty alarming, especially since the rules they agreed to were not to fact-check the candidates on the stage, but they just could not help themselves because I think they were getting triggered by Senator Vance speaking the truth so powerfully and so eloquently, not only effectively tackling Governor Walz on that stage for his lies, but also pushing back against the mainstream media's lies on so many issues. It didn't matter, though. Again, Senator Vance did an incredible job of tackling those anchors' bias, of relaying the truth about the issues that matter, and speaking directly to voters at home.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz had a few stumbles throughout the night, including when he talked about getting cordial with violent gunmen. Let's listen.
I sat in that office with those Sandy Hook parents. I've become friends with school shooters. I've seen it. Look, the NRA, I was an NRA guy for a long time. They used to teach gun safety. I'm of an age where my shotgun was in my car so I could pheasant hunt after football practice. That's not where we live today. Sometimes it just is the guns. It's just the guns.
So, Karoline, how do you think Walz's performance was received by the American public? At one point, he called himself a knucklehead, which was a little bit awkward.
Well, the school shooter's comment was incredibly odd. Presumably, he misspoke. I would hope so.
I would hope he meant victims, correct?
I have yet to hear him correct the record on that. He should, because if he is truly friends with school shooters, I think that disqualifies him from being vice president of the United States. But his whole answer on that issue, the Second Amendment, was terrible. You heard him at the end there saying sometimes it's just the guns. I'm sorry, what? People have to pull the trigger of the gun. Guns just don't go out there and kill people. People kill people. And that's the real heart of this issue, mental health. And Senator Vance effectively prosecuted that case last night.
Yeah, watching this between the two, obviously you saw civility. You saw bipartisanship come back in this moment, which was encouraging for a lot of Americans to watch in a time where, you know, politics has been very heated, as you well know, Karoline. Can you talk a little bit about that? Senator Vance showing civility, showing poise, Governor Walz doing the same, both men saying they agree with each other on certain things in this moment. Did you have a takeaway on that from that debate?
That's who Senator Vance is. He's a nice guy. He's just a good guy, someone you'd want to grab a beer with. He's a father, he's a husband, and he is a great person. I've gotten to know him on this campaign trail, and I can tell you that firsthand. And that really showed through on the debate stage last night. And I think Governor Walz is going to be voting for the Trump-Vance ticket because he shook his head in agreement with Senator Vance 5 separate times on different issues and points. So that was a little bit odd as well. Again, I think it shows Governor Walz was not prepared for prime time. He has dodged the media, much like Kamala Harris. Both of them have refused to do interviews, and it showed. But Senator Vance has done more than 100 interviews, many of them very hostile, and it clearly showed he was the more prepared candidate on that stage last night.